Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today to learn how to save a life with hands-only CPR. My name is Robert Wales, and I'm a paramedic and a CPR instructor with the American Heart Association. I'm here today to teach you how to perform hands-only CPR. 70% of cardiac arrests outside of the hospital happen at home. We'll talk a little bit more about how significant that is in just a second. So some of us could go our whole lives without ever encountering an emergency situation. So most of us don't really think about it and we don't prepare for it. But that's okay, because that's why we're here today. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to help a teen or adult who is in need of CPR. So cardiac arrest is when a person's heart suddenly stops. It stops beating, and it's a leading cause of death among adults in the United States. As we saw in the poll, over 350,000 Americans suffer out-of-hospital cardiac arrest every year, and about 90% of those die. If you ever need to perform hands-only CPR, it will most likely be on someone you love, a friend or a family member. So we just learned that 70% of cardiac arrests happen in the home. So it's likely that you'll be using hands-only CPR in your house on a family or friend. Hands-only CPR, especially if you perform it immediately, can double or even triple a cardiac arrest victim's chance of survival. So it's a very important step. So if someone is in cardiac arrest, trying to help is always the best option. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the steps of CPR twice to help make sure that you're comfortable with these steps to save a life. So let's say we've just walked into the room where an adult is laying on the ground. The first thing you want to do is see if they respond to you. So you tap them and shout, "Hey, hey, are you okay?" They might be gasping for air and unable to respond, or they might be unconscious. Either way, this is a good time to get some help. You don't want to be taking care of them alone. If you are alone at the moment, you'll have to call 911 yourself. So you just dial 911, put your phone on speaker and set it in front of you so you can continue on with the next steps. If someone is around, you say, "Hey, you, call 911 now." And make sure you say it like you mean it so they know that it's urgent. The emergency dispatcher will ask some important questions so that help can be sent quickly and to the right place. Don't hang up the phone until the dispatcher tells you to. Once you or someone else has called 911, you need to start hands-only CPR right away. We're going to place the heel of one hand in the center of the chest, like this, and then place the other hand on top, like this. Now we're going to keep our hand in the center of the chest and push hard, straight down. We want to make sure that the chest moves down at least 2 inches or 6 centimeters. Then let the chest rise completely back up. I'm using a CPR Anytime kit to demonstrate today. This is a good tool because it has a built-in clicker to teach you how to push hard enough. 2 inches is pretty deep on a chest. If you want to buy one of these for yourself, they're available in our online store, Shop Heart, and there'll be a link in the comments. In the meantime, you can use a pillow to practice. Make sure that you keep your elbows straight and use your body weight. Hands-only CPR should be given at a rate of 100 to 120 beats per minute. You could use the beat of a familiar song. Some examples of songs that use the right beat are "Staying Alive" by the Bee Gees or "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce. Keep doing CPR until emergency personnel arrive. I'll demonstrate CPR for you now. Okay, that can be a lot of work. So listen, any CPR is better than no CPR. There's almost nothing you can do to make this situation worse. And if you give hands-only CPR until emergency help arrives, you can dramatically increase this person's chance of survival. I'll practice again in a few minutes and go through the whole sequence. But first, let's ask a couple more survey questions. Remember, you can text your answers to 22333. The first question is, when performing CPR, what is the rate of compressions that you should give per minute? A, 60 to 70, B, 80 to 100, C, 100 to 120, or D, 130 to 150? Okay, it looks like everyone's getting that one right. C, 100 to 120. That is correct. We have one more question here. If you're called to give CPR in an emergency, you will most likely be trying to save the life of someone you love, a child, a spouse, or a friend. True or false? Okay, very good. That is true. Because 70% of cardiac arrests happen in the home, most likely that person is going to be a family member or a friend who's in the home with you. So remember, cardiac arrest is when a person's heart stops beating. This happens 350,000 times a year in America. And about 70% of those happen in the home. Hands-only CPR doubles or can triple a cardiac arrest victim's chance of survival. So let's go through the sequence again, just for review. The first thing you do is tap the person and shout, hey, hey, are you okay? If you're alone, call 911 yourself. If others are around, have them call. Make sure you specify who it is if there aren't people that you know around, so that people know it's their responsibility. You, in the blue shirt, call 911. Then we'll start hands-only CPR right away. We'll place the heel of our hand in the center of the chest and put the other hand on top like this. Keeping your hands in the center of the chest, we're going to push hard, straight down. Make sure the chest moves down at least 2 inches, and then we'll let it rise back up like this. Make sure you keep your elbows straight. You don't want to push with your arms. It's a lot of work. Use your body weight. Hands-only CPR should be given at 100 to 120 beats per minute. And again, use a familiar song. Some other songs that you can use are Hips Don't Lie by Shakira or Walk the Line by Johnny Cash, depending on your genre of preference. Keep doing CPR until emergency personnel arrive. I'll show one more time. Okay, you've learned the simple steps for saving a life with hands-only CPR. We're going to put up one more poll question to see how you feel about giving hands-only CPR after learning these steps. Do you believe that you could save a life now with hands-only CPR? All right, it looks like 100% of you are saying yes. That's good. Thank you for joining us today. Remember that any CPR is better than no CPR at all. If you'd like to learn more about classes or to purchase a kit or just to learn other things about CPR, such as the difference between a heart attack and cardiac arrest, you can go to our website at heart.org/hands-only CPR. Stay safe, everyone, and have a great afternoon. Thank you.